It is a big day for the Anthony Richardson fan club as Logan, he was just announced as the starter for the first preseason game against the Ravens this Thursday. He will be playing for a quarter and a half, according to Shane Steichen. Then Daniel Jones will come in, I believe, for half a quarter. And then it will be Riley Leonard's game right after that. And then I think second game, Logan, is flip-flop. And then third game is, we'll find out. But good day for Anthony Richardson believers. I think it's a good day overall for Colts fans. Like, young quarterback's playing, baby. He's starting right from the get-go. What do you think?
Hey, it's a good day for Colts Nation, but before we dive too much into AR, because as you have been crowned on Colts Twitter, the president of the Anthony Richardson fan club, everybody, let's give a nice little cup clap because my man, Addy Oberoi, is a married man since the
Oh
last
my
time we
god.
recorded.
Oh
Look at
my
that.
god. I did not know this was coming, by the way.
Congrats. Congrats.
Thank you. Dude, thanks for
Beautiful
coming.
wedding.
That was a
Yeah, beautiful
freaking
wedding.
blast. So good to have
Of
you and
course.
your girl there. Your girlfriend
Yeah,
there was
man.
awesome.
And yeah, so what better way to ring in the new season where Anthony Richardson is going to prove everybody wrong, according to the president of the AR fan club. But yeah, no, it was amazing. It was a good time. I'm super excited that we are back at it talking some Colts football. I wanted to get your just initial thoughts when you first heard that Steichen announced that AR is going to be the starter for Thursday against the Ravens in the preseason game. Do you think number 1, do you think that's a big deal? Or do you feel like that doesn't really mean much? He still has a lot to prove and we got a long way to go.
It doesn't mean much. It honestly, like, I don't really know what it means, to be honest. All we know is historically, Shane Steichen plays his starters the first game of preseason. He typically benches them in the second game, and then he starts them again in the third game, like just for
Okay.
like a quarter or so, just to get them fully warmed up before the following week of the NFL season. I
Mm,
don't know though. This is weird. It's weird circumstances. Like, we haven't really had a QB competition in Shane Steichen's era thus far, between Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. So I don't know what it means, but I wouldn't get my like hopes too high. Like, oh, Anthony Richardson starting preseason week 1 for a quarter and a half. I don't know what that means. I hope it means
right.
he'll start during the season because I think it's in the best interest, like I said, of every single fellow fan, every single fellow just like GM to head coach to ownership for him to work out because they spent a fourth overall pick on him. But we'll see. Time will tell. I don't think it means much, but I don't know if you have different thoughts on that or what that looks like for you.
I do think that it means a little bit symbolically only because I think Colts Nation just in general, just the average casual Colts fan, seeing that Daniel Jones, if they did name him the starter of the first preseason game, I feel like people would kind of have that idea that, oh, Daniel Jones has the lead. He's got the lead right now. And as you and I have talked about a little bit, and we'll dive into that a little bit more too. I've been boots on the ground twice now at training camp. You've been paying attention to it very closely. And I will say the funniest, most interesting part is both days that I was covering camp were two of Anthony Richardson's worst days, of course. But to be fair, all the other days, right, have been pretty darn good days for Anthony Richardson. And he had a streak there where he had like five or 6 days in a row, right, of just excellent practice. So I think personally, my analysis hat on, I do think Anthony Richardson does have a slight lead, and I do think it's good moving forward for Anthony Richardson believers that he was named the starter for preseason game 1 because I feel like if it was Daniel Jones, like I said, I do think there would have been a bit of a knee jerk reaction from Colts Nation. I don't know.
It feels like this is the
Yeah,
most undecided, and I live on Twitter now because I freaking love Twitter and interacting with all you Colts fans. But
yeah,
it just feels like it's just like a crazy divide. Like, especially like before training camp started, it was like really 50-50. Now, I don't know if because I've built this weird Anthony Richardson cult, I'm just like seeing a lot more Anthony Richardson and like
yeah,
the believers are coming back. But I think it speaks volumes when like Pat McAfee is like reposting stuff of Anthony
yeah.
Richardson highlights, quote tweeting him saying, he's back. What a throw. We're so back. And it's like when he's flip flopping one of the biggest media stars in the country, let alone Colts player, former Colts player, that should speak volumes on, hey, is Anthony Richardson like actually back? And I
Yeah.
think that's pretty exciting, especially when, like I said, basically Colts spokesperson because we're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Right.
So
And let's not get it twisted too. We've talked about it on episodes before leading up to training camp that it is in the best interest, guys, whether you want to believe it or not. It is in the best interest of the Indianapolis Colts long term moving forward if Anthony Richardson is the guy and he works out. Am I saying that he is leaps and bounds better than Daniel Jones? No. But it is in the best interest of the Indianapolis Colts if their guy, like Addy said, the guy they took number 4 overall, right? All this draft capital invested in him, all the GM's jobs are on the line, right? The front office, all their jobs are on the line on this kid. So, yeah, it makes more sense for him to be the guy that works out moving forward. So, if I'm a Colts fan, which obviously I am, I love it. Like I want what's best for the Colts moving forward. And so it is weird to me that there's a odd little divide going on right now with the quarterback
it's
position,
always going
but
to be
hey,
that way, though. It's
it's
he,
it's pro football. Yeah, I mean, at the
exactly,
end of the day, there's so many opinions flying around, so
exactly,
I get it,
exactly.
but
And it's here's my take on this. Anthony Richardson's ceiling untouched. I don't know what it is. He's 23 years old. He looked bad last season. He looked okay his first season. It got cut short. Anthony Richardson's ceiling, though, untouched. Daniel Jones, we have 5 years of data. Granted, he wasn't with the greatest offense, the greatest offensive line, but Brian Dable took him to the playoffs one season, so we saw what kind of the
yep.
ceiling looks like. And what I do know is that in the AFC, you can't be an average quarterback and make it to AFC Championship, Super Bowl level.
No.
Like you can win a playoff game, like you can make it to the playoffs, and then you're gonna end up like Pittsburgh Steelers. But like you need some type of elevation, high ceiling play at the quarterback position. I just don't think Daniel Jones gets us there. I think Daniel Jones is 26, 27 versus his ceiling is kind of, we've seen what it looks like. We've seen what his floor looks like. We've seen what his ceiling looks like. Anthony Richardson, we've seen what his fucking worst of worst looks like. Like we saw last season,
Yeah.
47% completion, but then you see those big plays and you're like, damn, bro, if you could just be more consistent and do that at a higher level and stay healthy for 17 games, damn, like you're a QB1, you're 23 years old, you have these weird, uncharacteristic, inhumane capabilities that are just
Yeah.
unreal to watch.
What do you feel like, cuz this was something that I thought about going into the preseason. What are some things that you're looking for one of these quarterbacks to actually separate themselves? Like, is there something that you feel like if AR does this, then he's got the job on lock, or like if Daniel Jones does this, like he's got the job on lock? Like, what is that
It's
you're looking for?
It's really simple. I'm not looking for much. I'm looking at like Daniel Jones needs to significantly outperform Anthony Richardson to get the job because, like I said, the ceiling is just much higher. And you can see it in training
Yeah,
camp. It's like the wow plays. I don't really see Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones made one wow play, like from what I've seen. Anthony Richardson has made quite a few, and to
yeah,
multiple different wide receivers, multiple different pass catchers like Tyler Warren, Will Mallory, Adonai Mitchell, Josh Downs, like you name it. I mean, Andrew Ogletree. At the end of the day, like Daniel Jones needs to significantly outperform Anthony Richardson because I've always been saying this is Anthony Richardson's job to lose. Like if he gets injured or if he just has a 47% completion percentage in training camp, which you can't have, like
yeah,
yeah, you'll lose the job. But I, there's really like outside of those two things, there's really not a way I don't think that Daniel Jones can take it. And I've said this before too. It's like the Colts are totally willing to pay a backup $14 million for the opportunity to play if he needs to with Anthony Richardson getting injured because Anthony Richardson's on a rookie deal. Like you've got the cap space to be able to pay Daniel Jones, and you truly wanted to bring in competition. Sure, it elevated Anthony Richardson. It did his job. Now let's roll out the freaking third
yeah.
year starter and let's make it happen. In my opinion, but people think otherwise. I don't know. Do you agree with that? Like, do you feel like Daniel Jones, even if he just like barely surpasses Anthony Richardson in play training camp, you think they give him the realms or I don't know.
No, I think you're right on that. The reason why I predicted, and it wasn't just me, by the way, it's a lot of Colts media personalities that are around the team, like even names like Kevin Bowen and stuff like that that are around the team all the time. He predicted that Daniel Jones is going to be the week 1 starter because of consistency, right? It's the word that you're bringing up. And so here's my thing. I think the only way Daniel Jones, barring injury, of course, like let's obviously assume that it's going to be full health for both guys, but I think the only way that he overtakes AR now at this point for that quarterback one spot in the preseason is going to take just terrible inaccuracies again from Anthony Richardson. And then I don't even think Daniel Jones needs to significantly outperform him. I just think he needs to be consistent and more accurate. Like we're talking like if they roll Daniel Jones out there and he is 70% completion percentage in the preseason or 65 or 66 and AR is still stuck at 48, I think they might have a conversation. Like at that point, I think Steichen might be like, okay, this is not something that's going to change, right? So yeah, I think that's what would have to happen for me for Daniel Jones to overtake it and get QB1. He just has to be consistent. Um, he can make a few bad plays here and there, but he just needs to be consistent, have a higher completion percentage, things of that nature.
Now, you were at training camp. What did you see? Like, I know you saw Anthony Richardson's like 2 worst days, which sucks. I'm so sorry you had to go witness those 2 days. I think overall, like, you didn't see the greatest, like, QB performances. I know Daniel Jones
No, yeah,
struggled that
both
first day too.
both days were bad, man. Like that's one thing that I will say to answer your question a little bit is like both days were
Yeah.
very bad for both quarterbacks. But one thing I will say, moving on slightly from the QB competition, is one thing that really excites me, and a lot of this happened today versus the Ravens as well, which we'll get into. The defensive secondary, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that they would be improved, of course, with adding a guy like Charvarius Ward and adding Cam Bynum, right? And Justin Wally, a good pickup in the third round. But I did not think that they would be the dominating room or the dominating group rather in training camp, and that is 100% what they have been. I asked Lou Anarumo about it. I got to talk to him and ask him a
That was
question.
sick. Yeah.
I was like, what's leading to the success of the DBs right now? Like the second, I'm like every single day they're out here making plays, interceptions, batted that balls down, and he's just like we have a good group of guys that are going to be in the right place at the right time,
Yeah.
and he loves his secondary, and you can tell that this team is already buying into Lou Anarumo because he even said he's like, "I'm a DB coach at heart, right? That's so I'm biased." And you can really tell that these guys on the Colts defense, they're bought in, bro. They love Lou. They like
Yeah.
his concepts. They get excited. They get fired up. He's like, we're pumped over here because we got guys on the sideline getting super pumped after every single tipped pass or interception or big play. And he's like, I need that energy all season long. So that's
Mm,
been my biggest takeaway, I would say, from camp, aside from the quarterback competition, is this freaking secondary, man, because that is something that we all talked about. The Colts needing to get better at to have any shot at competing for an AFC South title this year. And that
yeah.
looks to be the case.
What's a little concern actually, before I say that, what's pretty exciting is that the last time Lou Anarumo actually had good players, which it seems like the Colts do on the defense side of the ball, they stopped Patrick Mahomes and they made the playoffs. Or sorry, they made the
Yep.
Super Bowl. So I think that's really exciting to give Lou a pretty renowned defensive coordinator and play caller in the league. Um, what is a little concerning is CB2, CB3 as of right now, outside of Justin Wally, who I think is going to end up being CB2 on the outside. But CB2, CB3, Jalen Jones, our guy, Juju Brands can't ever stay healthy, but they're both dealing with hamstrings, and hamstrings are annoying. And if you get them early enough in training camp, they tend to
Yeah.
linger because you try to rush back in, and it's just that's the most concerning thing for me is like, okay, what does our depth look like? I think we signed Chris Lamons again. I don't know if
Yes,
it
we
was
did.
him, but
Yeah. Colts are going to have to your point. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. They're going to have to really dig deep and sign some guys or find some guys and just really hope and pray that Jalen Jones, that
yeah,
his hamstring is not serious, man. That would be devastating to have finally a good cornerback room and then just to be decimated by injuries. That's never what you want. But hey, it does happen. I mean, you look at teams like the Dolphins right now, their cornerback room is absolutely decimated, man.
yeah,
Um, so it does happen around the league, but you just hope and pray that that they can get back healthy, man. Because like I said, when those guys are all out there on the same page flying around, I'm telling you, this is going to be a different defense this year.
Yeah.
100%. It's going to look different.
Yeah. One thing that is really exciting because you talked a little bit about the defensive side of the ball. I think obviously the D line looks great too. On the offensive side of the ball, the two things I'm most excited for is one, Tyler Warren doesn't look like a rookie, and you've seen it in like every single video. That guy, I mean, he's already on depth chart as tight end one. We knew it was going to happen. Taking him 14 overall.
There was never a question. Yeah.
But even Will Mallory, like it's like
Yeah.
Will Mallory took the next step. I could see Will Mallory being tied in too, but Tyler Warren does not look like a rookie whatsoever, making some spectacular
Yeah.
catches in training camp. It just seems like like we used to see like Josh Downs as kind of like that slot safety blanket guy, but to have a guy like Tyler Warren who's much bigger, who has a similar route tree, and him just opening up the middle of the field and being a safety blanket to both quarterbacks is exciting. And then Logan Adonai Mitchell, man, I was so
Oh.
excited. He had a rough 4 days to start camp, 4 drops in 4 days. He
Mhm.
just looks like a dog now. The last six days of camp, and now the joint practice this morning or this afternoon with the Ravens, he was
Yeah.
making play after play after play. Just absolutely. I mean, he made Nate Wiggins throw punches, if that says anything. So it's really exciting to see these like young pass catchers hopefully give whoever's playing quarterback, an opportunity to succeed in the system and hopefully take the AFC South title back. But it all starts now, and I think they're putting in good reps. And I think I'm really excited to watch these young pass catchers like Adonai Mitchell, Tyler
Yeah.
Warren, Anthony Gould in preseason.
We talked a lot about that last season. Just the absolute disappointment from both of us that AD Mitchell just could not. It just was like head scratching, like you mentioned. It's just like how, like, why is this guy so talented and just not able to put it together? But I couldn't agree more. I got to talk to him as well, and he said that he is feeling much different. He feels poised. He feels comfortable. He is ready to go in year 2, and he even talked about, like, his confidence, bro. Like, I love to hear that. He's like, "I am confident one-on-one that I can beat anybody in the NFL." And I was like, "Damn."
You
I was like,
love to
"Okay."
hear that. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sick.
I'm like, "Okay." So he's got the confidence and obviously has all the skill in the world. He just needs to, again, consistency, right? It seems like that is the story with a lot of these uber talented players that the Colts have. Anthony Richardson, if he finds consistency, he's going to be literally potentially an all-time great. If AD Mitchell finds consistency, he's going to literally be a potential all-time great. So I think it's just one of those things
Right.
where consistency has to happen, water has to find its level, and once that occurs, sky's the limit, man. So I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. And then with Tyler Warren, dude, the amount of times, like both times that I was out there, the amount of times where the crowd behind me is audibly like, "Oh," like just like making a noise, like another Tyler Warren catch. I'm just like, everybody on the sidelines got their phones out, like ready for Tyler Warren to seemingly make another one-handed grab again or make a big play down the field. It's like, bro, I am so excited for Tyler Warren. And I could not be happier that I was riding for him so hard. I was like, Tyler Warren or bust. Literally going into the
You
draft.
literally were, especially when we were doing the Colts live stream, like the draft live stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tyler Warner freaking bust. Every
I
single
was like,
tweet, every single video on Colts Unplugged was Tyler
yeah.
Warner bust. So that's hilarious.
But yeah, no, I am so happy that he has been such a proven commodity already, which is crazy to say, man, about a rookie in training camp. But I would bet the mortgage on it that he's gonna be a guy long term. He just looks
Yeah,
that good for anybody that hasn't watched any Colts training camp highlights yet. Anybody that hasn't, I'm telling you right now, week 1, you're gonna see that he's a different guy. Than the Colts haven't had a tight end like him, like I said, since probably Dallas Clark.
Dallas
Because
Clark. Yeah,
you know, I mean, Jack Doyle, great tight end, but boy, oh boy, he does not have even, and he would probably admit that he doesn't have half the ability that Tyler Warren has. Honestly, that dude's different.
what
So
what really
excited.
makes me laugh is the Dolphins at 13. They're like, oh, we have Johnny Smith. We're good. We'll take a defensive tackle, whoever they took, and then they traded Johnny Smith, and they really could have used a guy like Tyler Warren, but Thank you.
The Dolphins not taking Tyler Warren, I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of those decisions in like 5 years where they look back and fans are like, "We could have had Tyler Warren.
Yeah, it's
Oh
crazy.
my
Or
god."
and
Yeah.
I hope Bears fans feel that way too. It's like taking Colson Loveland. I think Colson Loveland's actually gonna be really good in the NFL.
I
But
did too, but I just think Warren has a higher ceiling, man.
agreed. Oh, 100
Just
percent.
reminds me of George Kittle, dude. I'm feeling George Kittle
Ooh, that's
vibes
high
with
praises.
feeling
As
George
tight
Kittle
end,
vibes, man. Yeah.
as an Iowa kid, as a
Yeah.
guy that went to Iowa, I hope you're
Big 10
right.
tight ends gotta stick together.
Come on, man. Iowa Titans guys stick together. Um, I want to ask one last thing for you, Logan, before we hop off. And um, preseason is upon us. Colts football is 2 stinking freaking days away. Come on, man. Before I get into that, actually, first, Logan already shouted me out. Shout out to Logan. He got to interview Lou Anarumo, Adonai Mitchell. Pretty exciting. I think that was your first time at
Alec Pierce,
Colts training.
Michael
Yeah.
Pittman. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. First time with media credentials at Colts training camp for Logan. So that's just a phenomenal thing, man. Keep it up. We'd love to see it. And you produce really good content for Cup because of that. So I appreciate it.
Of course.
Preseason is upon us. 2 days from now, we have Colts football for the next 4 weeks and moving forward for the next until February 6th or 14th when we play in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
But okay, I'll hold my horses.
screenshot,
What are you most?
screenshot.
No, don't clip it. Don't clip it. What are you most looking forward to from preseason? I know every season is a little bit different. We had Anthony Richardson that rookie season. I was excited to see him, whatnot. But this season, like, what are you particularly looking for? What excites you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what does that look like?
I think this season I think the thing that would excite me the most is I want to see really a step forward as far as dominance over the AFC South again. And to me, that's really important when you look back at the Colts of old, man. You look back at the Colts that you and I grew up with in the Manning era, and even at the beginning, end of the Luck era. Um, you look back at that and you almost take it for granted because you look at it and you're like, man, every single season you might as well just write us in. That's another AFC South championship. That's another 12-4, 14-2, 13-3 type season, right? And that's all I want this year, man. I think eyes are on the prize. I think guys are really locked in on the Colts too. It does seem like there's a different vibe around the team since I when I was out there those 2 days. Guys are just locked in, and I think they're tired of being a doormat, man. They're tired of being a mediocre team in the NFL, being a laughing stock. None of these, none of these bums online would be talking any shit about the Colts back in early 2000s and even the early 2010s. Like, not a single soul was, and now it's just like it's unfortunate, man. And so I really want them to kind of take that next step this year. And I think it's very important that they do that. There's jobs on the line. The future of the franchise, honestly, is on the line. And I know that's a lot of pressure, but it's the reality of the situation. It's the NFL. So that's what I'm looking for, man. I know it's big, but I'm looking for an AFC South championship. I really do feel that. I think it's an AFC South championship or bust type season for the Colts. I don't want, stumbling into the playoffs, barely wild card, last seed or whatever. No. Go in, get the job done. The AFC South is winnable, right? This is not an unwinnable division. This is not a crazy hard division. It's considered one of the worst in the NFL. Go out, dominate, prove that you are as good as advertised with these guys that have all that potential, and go and get an AFC South championship. So that's all I've got my eyes on this year, to be honest.
I hope Logan's monologue, Colts fans, has you guys running through a brick wall because it made me. I was excited to hear, man, just to be able to hear that the players are locked in. It just feels a little bit differently, different energy. On the other hand, I would be happy with just making the playoffs, but AFC South title just kind of feels right there, right? Especially you combine a bunch of different things of we've been a doormat for X amount of years. I feel like we got better in the secondary, barring injury. I feel like we have a really good team around us. Once again, barring quarterback play. But the most of it to me really is Jim Irsay. We're wearing the patches. Jim Irsay cared so much about this team. His daughters are taking over. I mean, let's do it. If you're not going to do it for the fans, like do it for Jim, right? Do this for Jim Irsay. Go
Yeah.
win an AFC South title. Logan's right. Like the AFC South in general has been a laughing stock. The Houston Texans have won it twice in a row and barely, but it's like they it's still winnable. Like there's still young teams all around. They have new coaches on the Jags, new offensive coordinator, new wide receivers on the Texans. The Titans have a completely new quarterback. It's just like there's a lot in place right now where the Colts were not in the AFC West, and it's not like a completely unwinnable division. So like get in there, bust your asses, do it for Ursay, do it for your fans. You got the patches on, like it's go time. And I think you hear it in urgency with training camp. I think you hear it from the players and the coaches, and it's really
Mhm.
exciting as a fan to be able to see some of these things. So I hope it translates into the season. I hope it translates post season as well, um, and I hope it motivates us too, Cup fans. Like we're going to be posting now more consistently. The season is upon us. Very excited to continue to create content for you guys. So I don't know, Logan, if I'm missing anything else, or you want to add anything else
This
there?
is our Colts. This is
No, no,
our
no, no, I
team.
can't. This cursed
We
us last year. This
bleed
cursed us.
blue.
It cursed us. It cursed us.
Damn it. All right. Well, we're gonna have to hit Seth up and have him come up with a new jingle or something because
Yeah.
we need a revamped team
Logan, you should
motto
just make
or
a cup intro video, like some like cup intro
bro.
logo, like jingle or something like that. Just
We
me and you
got
like
to, bro. We
doing our
got to.
thing, like harmonizing on Zoom or on Riverside what we record on. Like that'd be pretty sick.
That would be awesome, bro. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have something like that in the works. But yeah, guys, definitely appreciate you listening. Make sure that you drop a subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and comment and like the video, and follow us on TikTok. We are blowing up over there again, so thank you
Let's
guys for that.
go.
And we will definitely see you after. I think we could probably get together after the preseason game on
Yeah,
Thursday and talk. And then, oh, real quick, are you coming to camp on the 10th?
I'm gonna try my hardest to be there on Sunday,
Okay,
August 10th. Yep.
let's go. I
Let's go,
That would
baby.
be amazing. So many of
Super dope.
the Colts media people out there in the Colts podcast, they've been asking, they're like, "Where's Addy?" So
I
your
want to
your
meet
pres
Derek. I want
your
to
presence has been missed, and trust me,
AR.
you are becoming a person in the Colts media sphere because of Anthony Richardson. So
Hey, I gotta
let's
give
go.
all praises and, everything to the man above, Anthony Richardson. Thank you for everything that just kidding. No,
Let's
man, like,
go.
this is I'm excited for just kinda both of us and what we're doing in the Colts space. I think this is really exciting, and the content that we're putting out individually, the content that we're putting out together on all these different socials, and kinda the feedback that we've received, like, I've I feel really good and really happy on Twitter. I've been on there all the time interacting with a bunch of Colts fans.
Yeah.
Logan has been blowing up on like Instagram and things of that nature, where he's getting a shit ton of follows from Colts fans and things of that nature. So be able to kind of take our two individual sides and two individual, social medias and then combine them together and
Yeah.
create
For Cup
Cup,
is
I
great.
think is really
Mhm.
exciting. So follow us. Our tags are below at Eddie
Yep.
Oberoi on Twitter, at ProFan Logan on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure to follow to see our individualized content. But this is the real stuff. Like us coming together, talking it from different perspectives, and continue to put out good content for you guys this season. And I
Hey,
mean, this is the first full season we're doing this, right? So
yeah, first full season, and hey, for all of you fantasy football players out there, we've got another unplugged, actually
yeah,
outlet as well, fantasy unplugged. So Addy is running that and doing really well with that over there and getting a lot of
check
attention.
that
So
out.
yeah, definitely, I'm sure he's definitely gonna have plenty of Colts related content when it comes to fantasy, like what it
Oh,
means
absolutely.
for fantasy too. So yeah, definitely appreciate it, guys. And we will see you after the preseason game against the Baltimore Ravens. Go Colts,
Let's
baby.
go, baby. Come on.